Hi, I'm Peter J. Ray. Welcome to Adventures in History. Today's topic is Dearest Ruthie, Love Mother. Augusta Fisher Smallshaw's letters to her daughter, 1945, Part 2. Well, let's get started. 1251 Argyle Street, Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada. July 21st, 1945. My dearest Ruth, so glad to get your letter to tell me that this old world is good again. I know it is not nice to feel depressed, and you have so much to be happy about. That was nice that Marion wrote to her mother, but I did not like her taking God's name in vain, it seemed to me. However, I am sure her mother felt better about it all, and it was your good influence. Where is she working? That was a grand letter from Mr. Wooden, and hope that everything turns out lovely for you. A grand opportunity, I feel, and it really convinced Pop that it was genuine. It will be a lot of work and study for you, but if you look after your health, I am sure you can manage it. Then again, it is what you wanted. I am glad you have decided to come back to Saskatoon for a year. You owe to them and yourself, I feel. Nice that Frank is on his way back to Canada. I am sure he is glad. He may be going through Winnipeg while you are there. Good for Bonnie in Banff. Poor Daddy Downer. No letter from Ruthie. Yes, Marshall has a despondent sort of character. His type is not good for you. Too depressing, and it affects you. So sorry you are losing so much weight. Tired of the Sundays? A good steak in Winnipeg, eh? Look after yourself, and I will look for a letter from you. I love you very much, and am proud of you, Mom. 1251 Argyle Street, Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada. July 29th, 1945. My dear Ruth, whatever have I done or said to deserve such a period of silence from you? I looked all last week in vain for a letter from you. Really am quite worried for fear you are or have been sick. Yesterday, Mr. and Mrs. Jelly and Merle took Pop and I to Estevan to take Mr. Jelly back. It was a long, hot trip. I enjoyed the change, though, and we saw through all of Fred and Emma's store. Really quite a big store and a thriving business by the crowds yesterday. Lloyd and Ethel were very busy also. Saturday in their store was very hot. Grandma was looking after baby David and getting supper for the workers. Pat went back from her holiday last Wednesday, and Don is expected next Friday with his girlfriend. Gary went to Graham's farm in Manitoba. Joan Waller was staying with Nanine, so quite the family. I'm wondering just what day your course ends and if this letter will get to you before you leave. They were saying that Chris expects you on August 3rd. Do hope you will enjoy the beautiful scenery and visit there. How is Jackie the Marine? Hope it is not he who is keeping you too busy to write to me. Of course, so long as you are not sick, I don't mind so much, but am quite worried. That must have been a real thrill to have dinner on the 32nd floor in Detroit. I would have loved to have been with you both there. How is Marion, and what is her Winnipeg address? I expect you will be staying with her for a few days, or is it weeks in August? Bud starts working at the exhibition tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. Hope he has a nice week and not too much rain. He has only just got started on my kitchen. Was hoping he would have it finished before the exhibition. It was about 1 a.m. before we got in from Estevan this morning, and Bud was still awake, reading, so about 2 o'clock a.m. before I got to sleep. I managed to get to church this morning and really enjoyed the sermon and all. Hope you manage to attend occasionally. I know you do. I love you, dear, and do so hope you are all right. Write to me very soon. Love, Mother. 1251 Argyle Street, Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada. August 8th, 1945. My darling Ruth, I don't just know how to begin. I want to say so much and thank all your lovely letters and folders. We enjoyed them all, and so very sweet of you to write when you have been traveling around and having such a grand time. How long did you stay in Niagara Falls? And glad you were able to visit Pat there. Surprised about Chris. Hope she gets her wish, but could never have such a lovely daughter as I have. Chris was born in February 1912, so not very young. I mean, she is wise to have her family now. Did she tell you that she hurt her back while carrying David? Hope she comes through okay. Last Saturday I received the loveliest parcel. Really, honey, you are too good to me. I was just ever so thrilled. The earrings are ever so sweet, and Bud says they suit my face. Nice, eh? The lovely velvety blue flowers in the pretty dress, and it fits me. Just ever so thoughtful of you. Bud thought the little card table ever so cute, so do I. The cute tablecloth and napkins are just what I wanted for bridge. Bud is writing you about the snapshot album, key ring and pendant. Pop thought the chocolates were American cigarettes. I wanted him to write you a little letter, but says he will thank you when you get home. He has been much more generous with them than I was. Of course, he smokes, and Bud has had lots of fun coaxing him for them. That was lovely meeting the deaf boy on the street. Poor kid was just ever so pleased. I hope you were nice to him. Was talking to Mrs. Vanbury yesterday, and she was telling that a girl who took grade 9 in Saskatoon is in Regina by name Gonlane or La Gonfane. Said she was quite lovely and would like to see you. Mrs. Newman came one evening with the whole family and brought Billy Burley over to meet me. Jeanie and Billy had a little hand talk. Mrs. Newman, just phoned me to say she got a letter saying that school starts September 5th in Saskatoon, and her baby boy Brian, 5 months and 1 week, has a tooth. Very young. You were 9 months. Yes, I went and got the hat box. It arrived last Friday in exhibition week. Bud was working, so I went down and got it. I have not opened it. Just left it for you to open as you wished. Marshall came up a week ago last Monday evening. He got his compassionate discharge. His pop wrote and asked for it on employment grounds. Needs him in his business. He had been to McPherson's and out with Alice. Wanted to know when your school commenced. His mother was up at Wiskasaw, Prince Albert, and his dad at the coast. I felt rather sorry for him. He said he had never been homesick. Yes, I think it would be lovely for you to go and visit your cousins at Minnedosa. Write and tell them you are in Winnipeg. They are 30 miles north of Brandon and live on a farm about 3 miles out of the town of Minnedosa. They are all around 70, so if you don't visit them now, you may never. It is up to you. They live on RR number 2, Mr. William Fisher, RR, which is Rural Route number 2, Minnedosa, Manitoba, will find them. What do you think of the new atomic bomb? It was a woman who first discovered the first principle of it. A Jewish woman in Germany. It has constructive powers as well as destructive. I hope you enjoy your trip to Grand Beach. Pop and I went there one weekend, also to Winnipeg Beach many times. Our address in Winnipeg was 334 Edmonton Street. You have had 2 lovely months, and it is going to be hard to settle down to the monotony of teaching, but you have done it before, eh? The snaps are very good, and you look lovely. Whose camera took it? You seem to be quite fond of Jack. Hope it is not serious. Guess I don't want you to fall in love with someone who lives so far from Mother. Bud thought he looked like a nice fellow. The thief stealing my daughter's affections. I hope you come to Saskatchewan for another year anyway. I'm sure it is lovely in Michigan, and I don't really blame you for leaving the 40-degree below weather. Must go now and pack Pop's lunch. Bud is writing you a nice long letter tomorrow, he tells me. Yes, you can have Marion here whenever you want. Is she going to visit her mother before school commences? Pop thought you were so lucky to hear that lovely symphony orchestra in Toronto. Nice for you to be able to visit with Sybil Thorne. Does she like it in Toronto? Again, I say thanks for everything and being so thoughtful in writing. I love you, and take care of yourself. Love, Mother. 1251 Argyle Street, Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada, August 12th, 1945. My darling Ruth, yesterday I received your letter written on the Great Lakes, and I think it is so sweet of you to keep me informed, and was I ever thrilled for you. The Keewahin is the very boat that Pop and I sailed on and thoroughly enjoyed it. Everything is so nice, including the atmosphere. Yes, I thought the Soo Locks quite an experience and quite a piece of engineering. I'm so glad you liked the Great Lakes trip because I did. How long do you plan on staying with Marion? Do you think you could find time to run up to Minnedosa, Manitoba, and see cousins Lizzie, Hattie, Will, and Alf Fisher? Of course, they are quite old, but your relations, and I think would love to meet you. Would you like me to write to them? And wondering if you saw Bonnie Sullivan in Winnipeg. Just heard that Babs is expecting a baby. They were at Regina Beach all summer. Hope you got the 3 letters from the School for the Deaf, Saskatoon, that I readdressed to you. One marked urgent. I put an 8 in front of the 387 Arlington Street. Hope you got it all right. Let me know. Was going along 7th Avenue yesterday and saw Billy Burley going west on his bicycle. He smiled and said hello and made a little noise. Quite a deep voice, and he has a lovely expression and smile. Did I tell you that he is an apprentice at L.E. Weaver's, and if he makes good, they have promised to set him up in business? Good, eh? Was talking to Mrs. Newman yesterday, and she tells me that Elmer, her friend, is married, not to that fellow she was talking about that evening at Mrs. Newman's. Pop and I had Mr. and Mrs. Plaster over for bridge last evening, and I have invited the ladies for next Wednesday evening, the 15th. Mrs. Jelly, etc. It is my turn. Grandma and Pa are at the coast now, and just got a postcard from them. I got your report card from Michigan State Normal College, signed by D. Kesher and B. Pugh. Think I will keep it for you. Had a notion to send it on. Is Marion yet working or going to quit and go home for a visit before school starts? Scott is not giving the kids harvest leave this year, so Bud goes back the same day as you. Must go now, my sweet, and take care of yourself. I am glad you kept well on the boat. It was like glass when I was on the lakes and enjoyed every minute. Oh, I forgot to mention that the snap of Dorothy Naylor is real snappy, smart. Poor Bud sure has hay fever bad today and making him feel real miserable. I love you, honey, and so glad you had a swell time in the United States. Want you to feel that you can bring Marion here for a visit anytime. Love, Mother. State Board of Education, Michigan School for the Deaf, Flint to Michigan, United States, July 16, 1945. A letter. My dear Miss Smallshaw, letter to Ruth Smallshaw. In Ypsilanti, Michigan. This is to express to you my sincere appreciation for the opportunity of meeting with you and your 2 friends, Mrs. Elizabeth Hussey and Margaret Thokel, for the purpose of discussing the possibility of you 3 becoming affiliated with the instructional staff of this school. As I understand it, you would like very much to come to the United States to teach, but that if you so decide, it would be impossible for you to come before the opening of the 1946 school year. Also, I understand that there is the problem of immigration, which probably would not be too difficult to arrange, and that you are concerned over the number of semester hours of credit that you would still need to earn. I should perhaps explain that this is not as difficult as it might at first seem. Furthermore, I should like to call to your attention the fact that you would from the beginning enjoy the advantages of civil service, including step-ups in salary at a rapid rate. The reason I say that the acquisition of 60 semester hours of credit would not be as difficult as it might at first seem is because you not only would have the opportunity to attend summer sessions, but also to take extension courses during the year. Next fall, Ypsilanti will offer 2 courses on our campus for residence credit, totaling 5 semester hours. Also, many of our teachers take Saturday classes on the campus at Ypsilanti and at the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor. Consequently, a person by careful planning can take sufficient extension work during the school year to make it unnecessary to attend during the summer. On the other hand, if a person is exceedingly ambitious, she might earn about 12 semester hours during the year by taking work by extension in the winter and in residence during the summer. Under this plan, it would require 5 years to complete 60 semester hours. On the other hand, a salary of $1,840 the first year, $2,000 the second year, $2,160 the third year, and $2,200 the fourth year would quickly repay you for the extra effort and cost involved. In addition to the above, you would at the end of 4 years or soon thereafter be eligible for promotion to our highest class of teachers, provided the quality of your work justifies. Inasmuch as our assistant principal, Miss Bessie Pugh, thinks so highly of your work, I feel that there is no reason to doubt your being able to qualify for a promotion at an early date. I hope that you will think the matter over and let us know about January next whether you would be interested in affiliating with us. Enclosed is an application blank for your convenience. Very truly yours, Harley Z. Wooden, Superintendent. Government of the Province of Saskatchewan, Department of Education, School for the Deaf, Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada, August 1st, 1945. To the members of the staff, Saskatchewan, School for the Deaf. Dear Miss Smallshaw, our school will reopen for the fall term at 9 o'clock a.m. on Wednesday, September 5th. Kindly report for duty according to the following schedule. Hospital staff, 9 o'clock a.m. Monday, August 27th. Kitchen staff, 9 o'clock a.m. Wednesday, August 22. Laundry staff, 9 o'clock a.m. Wednesday, August 22. Seamstresses, 9 o'clock a.m. Wednesday, August 22. Supervising staff, 9 o'clock a.m. Monday, August 27th. And teaching staff, 9 o'clock a.m. Tuesday, September 4th. Yours faithfully, J. N. Anderson. Now we have one comment on the original publication from my father, John S. Ray, the son-in-law of Augusta Fisher Smallshaw and the husband of Ruth Smallshaw Ray. Dear Editor, November 7, 2005. Thank you for resuming the SFMC. Although Gussie's letters to Ruth are not as graphic as the reverse, they still provide an interesting mirror to her mother's life. To your mother's life. In SFMC number 3, I particularly enjoyed seeing the picture of your mother's long time ago boyfriends, particularly the young fellow with all the hair. Keep up the good work. Love, Dad. To be continued. That concludes today's presentation. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. God bless you. Take care. And I'll see you next time.